Hi, thank you for joining me today. My name is Michelle, and I work for the Corporate Parkway branch of the St. Charles City County Library. We're going to be making a Halloween decoration. This particular decoration that you're looking at is large enough to fit on my front door. It is 22 inches in diameter. I'm also going to show you how to make similar decorations, but smaller sizes, if you wanted to hang it on your window or on a wall at home. In addition to the cat, I'll also introduce some other Halloween fun ideas.
So let's get started. The first thing is I want to show you where I got this idea from. The library has an electronic resource called Creative Bug. If you've never used it before, this is how you would access it. First, make sure you open a browser. On this computer, you'll see I have a number of choices. I have Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, Firefox, and Google Chrome. I am going to go to Google Chrome, but at home, feel free to go to the one that you feel most comfortable using. The next thing you want to do is you want to go to the library's website, which is mylibrary.org, O-R-G. And then go ahead and hit enter. And here we are at the library's website. Our electronic resources, you can find them all here under eLibrary. Go to electronic resources A through Z, and then click on the letter C. This will bring up any electronic resources that begin with the letter C, and we want Creative Bug. When you do get to the Creative Bug home screen, you need to enter your library card number, your PIN number, and then click on Login. Once you're done logging in, you'll see Success, and then also where you can click to see the latest classes here. And go ahead and click on that. From the screen here, you'll see that there's a number of different categories depending on what you want to be doing. Because I've watched the video already, you'll notice up here in the right hand corner I'm logged in. I've got a nice big M here for Michelle, and it also offers a drop down menu. When I click on that drop down, I can go to my recently watched videos. The one I'm interested in is Halloween party decor. This is a search item, so you could very easily type Halloween party decor up here in the search bar. Click on your search, and you should get this to come up that you can then open yourself. I'm going to show you what I can do here. Is if I click on it, it wants to resume or start again. The particular project that I want you to watch for this craft is called paper rosettes. As soon as I click on this, it's going to start up. So
making paper fan rosettes is a fun and easy.
So what I'm going to do is I just clicked on pause. I'm not going to have you watch this with me right now. Feel free to watch that on your own. I just wanted to show you how you can access Creative Bug from home by simply having your library card and your PIN available. All right, so after you watch your video, to get out of here, again, if I click on this drop down arrow, I can simply log out, and that'll take me out of Creative Bug.
And now what we're going to talk about is the materials you're going to be using. What I have here is some construction paper, which is 9 inches by 12 inches. I also have some cardstock, which is a heavier weight than the construction paper. And this is 8.5 inches by 11 inches. The cat that I showed you at the beginning of this program, that was made using 2 pieces of poster board size cardstock, which is 22 inches by 28 inches. Depending on which material you use, either the construction paper or the cardstock, and then also the size that you want the end product to be, will determine if you're going to need a single piece or 2 pieces. Again, the cardstock's a little thicker, so if you want to make it where it's 11 inches in diameter, you're probably going to use 2 pieces of that cardstock. Whereas if you use the construction paper, which is a little bit more lightweight, and you only want it 9 inches in diameter, 1 piece would be sufficient. Next is you're going to want to grab some of those scrap pieces of paper you have, either construction paper or cardstock. What you're going to use these items for is to make your eyes, your nose, a mouth. In the case of the cat, we have ears and whiskers that we need to make also. You're going to need a pipe cleaner. Basically, you only need one. The only reason you might use more, again, in the case of the cat, I use some gold glitter pipe cleaners to help with the whiskers. But other than that, one is going to be enough. You're going to want some ribbon. That's so when for your end product, you can make a loop in order to hang it. Tape, craft glue, some scissors, and the last thing is your imagination. Using a piece of construction paper, we're going to go ahead and start folding. So this one is going to be a ghost, since I'm using white, and it's going to be 9 inches in diameter. So I'm going to be folding it along the short way. Fold it in half. Then I'm going to fold this down in half again. And then I'll fold it up. This is the easiest way to make a rosette because everything is just in half and in half and in half again. Okay, and then I'll do the other side. Looking at this is a little bit wider than I really want it to be, so I'm going to go ahead and do it all one more time. And there we are. Now what I want to do is I want to have the ends pointing down. I'm going to pinch in the middle, take my pipe cleaner, fold it over. You can verify you're in the middle by simply folding up your ends to meet, and I'm a little bit off there, so I'll just slide this down a little bit. That better, and then you're going to twist. Okay, it's held in place, and it's still adjustable in case you're not quite in the center. What I'm going to do now is just grab my scissors, cut off these tails a little bit because they're definitely long. Fold them down so they're flush. And then what we're going to do is start working the fan. Open it up a little bit. This is where your tape's going to come into play. So I'm going to get a small piece of tape, line up my edges. I'm not going to tape it right at the end. I'm going to drop down about 1 inch and tape it there. Then the next piece of tape is going to be much closer to where the pipe cleaner is. So I'm going to try and get in there as tight as I can. Usually it's good, put it on one side, pinch, and fold it over. And then simply fill in the gap. You can use any kind of tape for this, whatever you might have around the house. Regular tape. This is masking tape. If you've got duct tape, that'll work. The only thing I do not recommend is removable tape, because you definitely want it to stick. So here we are with 1/2 done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Now you'll notice that it's a little tight to try and pull that together. One of the things that I like to do, and she mentions it in the video, is to go ahead and clip along the folds. Now she recommends, see how this is a peak? That's where that first clip is, because without even cutting, it's due to the tape. But to keep your clips on the high side again, or the peak. And with the construction paper, I've even gone and done the valleys. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut all the peaks. And then I'm going to go back and cut the valleys also. Missed that one. Okay, looks like I missed a few of them. So we're gonna get all the peaks and valleys. Little snip. And it's not an exact science. There we go, and one more. What that's going to do, it's going to give you a little more flexibility. And look at that. See how nicely it'll come together now? So now I'm just going to do the same thing like I did on the other side. I'm going to grab a piece of tape and tape these seams together. Again, it's about 1 inch down. I'm going to get one in nice and close down in here. And then I'm going to fill in my gap. And flip it over. And there I have my rosette is all set, and now it's time to decorate it. For my ghosts, I'm going to keep it simple. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add some eyes. And because I want 2 eyes, I'm going to take my piece of paper and fold it in half and cut out the first big eye. Then with my black paper, I already have a fold here. So what I'm going to do is now do a smaller circle. And again, because it was folded, I have 2 very quick eyes. And then I'm going to do, no, I don't want to use that color. Let's use some orange next. Again, it's folded in half, so 1 cut will get me 2 items. Just do another circle, just a little bit smaller. My ghost is spinning. Bring it back. I can place these on here. I have a little flat side, so put that sort of in the center there, or off to the center. And now I just glue everything down. Like I mentioned, at this point you just want to glue it all together. So I'm going to put a little bit here. I'm going. And then on the inner eye, a little bit of glue. This one I already glued, so I'm just letting it dry a little bit. And then, depending on where you want to place it, if you want the eyes to be far apart, if you want them up close, that's up to you. I think for this guy, I'm going to put them a little bit down like that. Here, it's just a little bit of glue on the peaks. Press it. And go ahead and do the other side. And once again, press that in place. And I've got a cute little ghost. I want to show you on some of my other designs. Again, I use construction paper for this one, but if I use cardstock. So here's another ghost I had made, and I use cardstock. This one is 11 inches, so I folded this along the long way. I needed to use 2 pieces of cardstock, and you can tell that by where I have my tape here, that I had to tape it together in a couple other places. Here's my ribbon. All I did is cut a strip of ribbon. Let me show you real quick. I just cut a piece of ribbon, knotted it down here. And then attached it to the back. And I want to make sure I get it in the center, so this is the valley that I want to get my ribbon onto. Now, to get this to stick onto here, you can do a number of things. You can glue it, you can tape it, you could even staple it, because the staples will not show. Right now, I am just going to simply tape it in place. And there you go. So like I mentioned in the beginning of this program, the last thing you need is your imagination. Here we have our small ghost. A second ghost that's a little bit bigger. Let me show you a pumpkin. And again, depending on how you want to do the face will determine how you cut that out. What would Halloween be without a monster? This one was a lot of fun to make. And let me show you Mr. Frankenstein. So we've got his bolts, his mouth, his eyebrows, and his hair. Ooh. Again, a lot of it is just the way you want to cut it. And lastly, back to the black cat. The ears, again, you would cut them. Make sure you fold a piece of paper together so you're able to do 2 ears at once. I have whiskers. I use the gold pipe cleaners besides cutting out some paper. And lastly, this is what the back looks like. I've got my ribbon on here, and I taped in 4 different places because I have 2 sheets of heavy cardstock here. I hope you had fun learning how to make rosettes today. And have a happy Halloween.